Okay, so we know that we all have seen the headlines on the news, and we have seen all of these things that have occurred financially for individuals via the coronavirus pandemic, and something that is of much interest to many and is of much interest to many people who are struggling in this time are the stimulus checks. And we've already received a round, and obviously there were income restrictions on who receives a stimulus check and who does not. But the first round was received earlier this year, and obviously that came as a lot of help to many people. Some people saying it's not enough. Some people saying it was just what they needed. Some people it was just icing on the cake. And so what I really want to talk about is how should we view these stimulus checks, and how should we use the stimulus check if we are to receive another one? Because I know for many of you that first $1,200, or if you're married, that first $2,400, if you have kids, even more than that, is likely gone. You've likely made your decision for that, and you've used it on some specific thing. But I want us to be more informed this second time around if it is to occur, and know what to do with this windfall of money if we are to receive it. So the first group of people I want to talk to are those who have lost their job and are currently looking for a job. So for you, if you're to receive this extra $1,200, or like I said, if you're married, $2,400, then what you need to do, and this goes back to what we talked about in our episode yesterday, is you need to be covering the needs of yourself and the needs of your family. You don't need to be worried about anything that is, not just pressing to your life right now. You need to be using that money to get you along from where you are to the point where you have a job again, and you can actually begin, picking back up on your push towards long-term financial freedom. And it's a tough place to be, but the stimulus checks can make it a lot easier for you, because if you'll remember, some of the things I was talking about in yesterday's episode were, we want to be selling things if we need to. We want to be cutting down on our budgets. We want to be, if we have an emergency fund, we want to be, using that emergency fund money, because that is an emergency to not have someone's income in the home. And this is going to take a little pressure off of the need to do any of those things. Now, those are still valid suggestions, and they're still valid things that need to occur in your financial life. But an extra $1,200 or $2,400 added to the monthly budget once is going to do a great bit towards pushing you in the right direction and taking a little bit of the stress and anxiety out of your financial life as you continue to look for that next permanent job, as you continue to look for new work. You'll be able to do so without as much pressure on your back as there was previously. And in a similar way, for those of you who have been furloughed without pay or anything like that, maybe you need to be going about doing some of the same things and using this check for the things that are specific to your household, and not things that are discretionary or that you don't have to have in your day-to-day life. And so I need everybody who has any ambiguity as far as their job, or any ambiguity as far as, are they going to keep their job moving forward, or are they going to get cut hours, or anything like that, any legitimate thoughts of job loss or job cuts, then I need you to be using the money to keep your household running. Keep your household running in the way that you have had it running prior to this catastrophe occurring in your life. And so that would be my suggestion to you. And then obviously, as we talked about yesterday, if you're working the financial action plan, you need to pause where you're at and just focus on, what can I do where I am at? What can I do to keep my household running? And then anything past that, is just extra that maybe you should be setting aside to make sure you can bridge the gap until you do have another job. But then once you have another job, then throw that money at where you are in the financial action plan and just keep moving. And then this kind of moves me to the individuals who don't have any ambiguity around their job or around their income or things like that. And that is, a lot of people as well. A lot of people don't have much worry about where their job is going, or there's a high certainty that they will get to keep their job moving forward. And if that is the case, then you need to be picking up wherever you are in the financial action plan and using the stimulus money, the stimulus checks, in order to speed up wherever you are in the plan.